Hey, Buck. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Jerry. Well, I haven't spoken to her since Sunday, but as far as I know, or Saturday, I haven't spoken to her in a couple days. But as far as I know, she's still good. Hey, Yoshi. Hey, Hack. Their favorite shirt that I have. It's a good shirt. We're watching Kiki Delivery Service. It is a great movie. Hey, Brooka. Old meats are watching the Burrows. It's insane. Feel like I've heard of that one. That's me. Hey, Kelface. That's my new chair working out. It's good. It's good. Mostly used to it. Every once in a while, there will be a moment where it's like, oh man, I wish it was like this. I wish the armrests like could come in further or something like that. But tis what tis. It's all good. We have been great. Sure, Killface, go ahead. I don't promise any answers. I was going to say answeries. I don't promise any answers, but you may ask your inquiry. You may inquire. Am I getting pissed at this Pride Month? Probably not. Hey, J Hill. Pony jar. Do I want to know what a pony jar is? Is that like a sex thing? Killface, thank you for 42 months. Be with me on Discord, please. You know I don't do Discord. I promise I don't know what a pony jar is. But I assume it's a sex thing. Because I know my viewers. Bunch of fucking perverts. Right now, none. Not currently eating any candy. That's what I was thinking, Uncle Buck. Some sort of... She could be saying, I bet it's a sex thing. Yeah. We have to do what we have to do. And we don't have to do what we don't have to do. And since I don't actually have to join Discord, I don't think so. But hey, who knows? They do it for your dick? Yeah, I just pick. I just pick at dry skin. Because I'm an idiot. Hey, Shirley. Occasionally can have to approve welcome. No. How speaking that way of yourself? It's our job to call you names. Anywho. How's everybody doing? Thanks. I'm not looking forward to working at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. That's gonna suck so many balls. Leave for a short vacation on Wednesday. Nice. Going anywhere special? Yeah. Lake cabin with your family or mom? Nice, nice. Fam and mom? Does your mom not count as fam? Crystal Lake. One-legged, remember, so it'll be fine. It'll be fun. Luckily, I think Jason only goes after the after teens. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the original Friday the 13th, it was revealed that the killer was actually Jason's mother, right? Hey, Smell. That Jason himself was actually dead and his mother was killing those guys. It's hilarious to me that subsequent films went, fuck it, it's Jason. I got a bet for my birthday a few months ago, so it's like 4 months old now. He wasn't dead though. She was hiding him. Eh. Either way, it's like, you know what? Let's just ignore that. Let's just ignore the entire point of that movie. Let's just ignore literally the entire point of the movie. Big man kill people. I feel like the 80s kind of did that a lot of the Friday the 13th series, except for the third one and Manhattan. What about Jason in space? There was one where Jason went to space, wasn't there? You love Jason X, I think. Fair enough. Yeah, it was a weird thing with the 80s where, like, they basically just ignore the entire point of a movie in order to make sequels. Like, they did it with Friday the 13th, where, you know, the big reveal, the big story twist was that it wasn't actually Jason who was murdering people, it was his mother. They ignored that and went with, nope, Jason is a killer. Stallone did it twice with both Rocky and Rambo. Yeah, the original Rocky movie, he loses because he's not actually a very good boxer. What he is tough. You know, the point of that movie was that he went the distance. Not that he won, it was just that he went the distance. And that was the victory for him. But now let's just have him punch out the Soviet Union now. And then in Rambo, the first Rambo movie was about fucking PTSD. And it's like, nope. He's going to single-handedly defeat communism by firing lots and lots of ammunition. Never actually seen any of the Rambo movies myself. I've never actually watched any of them. But I've read about the first one. So I know that the first one is, yeah, Predator. Like the original Predator, the whole point of the first Predator movie was that Schwarzenegger survives by not fighting anymore. Yeah, First Blood. The whole point of that movie was that he was going through a terrible PTSD flashback. You're not really supposed to think, ooh, what a cool badass he is. You're supposed to think, oh shit, he is fucked in the head. War does horrible things to people. That's the message of the first Rambo movie. War does horrible things to people. And then every subsequent Rambo movie is like, you know what? No, fuck it. War is awesome. America, fuck yeah! Hamburger Hill. I feel like all the money and cocaine in the 80s meant that Hollywood was just never learning. I looked like the one who would out others, so he got the ribbon pinned on him. Him said, "Mommy dearest." Full Metal Jacket is half of a great movie. The second half just does not hold up. Like, that first half is intense and great. And then he actually goes to Vietnam, and it's like, well, this is actually weirdly kind of dull. Meth and Ozempic now in Hollywood? Yeah. Paths of Glory is your favorite war movie? War Games is yours? Frankly, I can't say I'm much of a war movie guy. Like, I've seen a couple. I've seen Full Metal Jacket. I've seen Apocalypse Now. Watched that one in school, as I recall. We were, I think we were reading Heart of Darkness, and Apocalypse Now is just Heart of Darkness in Vietnam. Because I never used to watch War 24/7. He is an Army veteran. Forrest Gump. Gump isn't a war movie, though. Forrest Gump isn't a war movie. Yeah, he does go to war, but it's not a war movie. That man is fast on his feet. He did get shot right in the buttock. My favorite movie genre. Porn. No. I don't know. Horror, action, science fiction. Not a fan of horror at all. Action, I can kind of take or leave. For the most part, honestly. They can be fun, but sucker for good documentaries, comedy and cartoon movies. Do like animated movies. But even then, animation is more medium than a genre. Top three worst movies you've ever seen are Alexander, The Mist, and I Am Legend. Yeah, I don't really know what the worst three I've seen are. Batman Begins definitely has to be up there. Um, Dangerous Liaisons is the worst. Oh, and Batman's are shite. Yep. What was that? Grindhouse? Hated that movie. Or was it called Planet Terror? You loved the Grindhouses? Yeah, it's like Tarantino did Death Proof and Rodriguez did Planet Terror thing, right? I did not like Planet Terror. Never heard of it. So yeah, it was a while back, years and years and years and years ago. Uh, Tarantino and Rodriguez, who had both sort of grown up on Grindhouse movies, um, decided to make a couple films sort of homaging. Like they each made a film homaging those old style of movies. Tarantino did Death Proof, which was so fucking boring. Just so goddamn slow and dull and pointless. Oh, fucking bad. The second half with the car chase bit was kind of fun. The car chase scene, that was actually pretty fun. But the first half in the bar, like I don't mind dialogue heavy. Like, I don't mind a dialogue heavy film. It's just the dialogue was not particularly entertaining. It was not particularly interesting. Like, I've watched dialogue heavy films. It's just it was just boring. It wasn't an interesting dialogue heavy film. Then Planet Terror, I just did not enjoy at all. Kill Bill. Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed both parts of Kill Bill, volumes 1 and 2. Kill Bill's a fun film. I recommend your favorite Hitchcock film, Rope, shot in one continuous shot, which is a very cool kind of gimmick. It's a gimmick. Like, it's one of those things. It's a gimmick idea, but it's always a neat gimmick when it's done. Where Carpenter got true beginning, or the beginning continuous shot of the house in Halloween. Yeah, I mean, there's been like loads and loads of things since then that have done oneers, as they're called. There have been other films that have been just one shot throughout the entire film, and a lot of films that have done, you know, single shots that went down for a few minutes or something. But yeah, I think the only Hitchcock film I've ever watched was Psycho. I also enjoy bad film. It's fun to watch, to make fun of, like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Sure. The thing with that is it needs to be bad in an interesting way. Hey, some dude. Just like, for right now, yes. Right now, yes. We talk about whatever. We talk about whatever just comes out, like just whatever. We talk about just random shit. But right now, yes. Fine heck. Right now, we're talking about movies. Yeah. So the thing with bad movies is they need to be bad in an interesting way. Um, like, some movies are just boring. Once in a while you come across a movie that is bad in a way that is just dull. What place do you have? Let's talk about like bit that I'm scratching or picking at. Pimple. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long it's been there. It's just no, couple weeks probably. Is just like a scab, just a scab that I've been picking at. Probably started as a pimple, and I just picked at it, and now I just keep picking at it. Just like a scab's gotten very small. It is a very small scab at this point. Yes, yes, I'm an idiot. I know. I'm aware. Doesn't it keep picking at it? Makes it stay there longer. Yeah. But it's so satisfying. Do you ever make it bigger? It's satisfying. Now Canadians love body horror. You just healed from a breakout. And my back moves. I do feel like the key to a truly great bad movie is sincerity. It needs to be made by someone who truly believes in what they are doing. Of course, I picked fuck out of it, made it worse. Yeah, like somebody who's like, who wants to, who honestly thinks that they're making a good movie. Yeah, they have a vision, and I think that's the key: is the sincerity. Do you have a favorite bad movie? Not really. Not really, if I'm honest. I haven't really watched. I don't really watch bad movies. Favorite movie generally, then. I love me some Ghibli movies. Ghibli movies. Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Tale of the Princess Kaguya. Love Tale of the Princess Kaguya. Um, Kiki's Delivery Service. Aside from that, I do kind of enjoy musicals. Musicals are kind of fun, I think. Love all kung fu. Oh shit. Kung Fu Hustle. Kung Fu Hustle is fucking amazing. You're a theater kid, you love musicals? Kung Fu Hustle is a super fun movie. I've looked at that, never heard of it. it's very much a love letter to old kung fu. It's very much a love letter to old kung fu movies. It is Chinese, like it is a Chinese movie. Rotten Tomatoes says 40% movies. Yeah, I can believe it. That's when we were discussing our favorite bad movie, and it's actually a bad movie. It's Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2 is not a bad movie. Gremlins 2 is. I like Gremlins 2. It's not high cinema. It is by no means high cinema, but it's not a bad movie. It's a fun movie. The filmmakers absolutely knew what they were doing with it, and they were having a good time. Everyone there seemed to be having fun, and like it was good. It wasn't like the first movie. Gremlins 1 is like the first Gremlins is probably a better film, a better movie. Gremlins 2 is more Hollywood, but it's aware of that, and it's kind of making fun of it a little bit. Like it's aware that it's more commercialized, and it's making fun of the fact that it's more commercialized, more family friendly. Jason X. Oh yeah, that movie got bad reviews. I'm gonna get more water. I'll be back. I'm gonna get more water. I'll be back in a minute. Gremlins was good. Gremlins was like a really good movie. Actually, you know a bad movie that I actually kind of enjoyed? Burn Hollywood Burn, an Alan Smithy production. Or an Alan Smithy film. Alan Smithy production? Film? Movie? Yeah, Burn Hollywood Burn, an Alan Smithy film. It's a mockumentary. Part 2 dabbled in bestiality. Lady Gremlin seduced that human guy. I mean, if you want to put it that way, but I mean they're intelligent. It's not really bestiality considering they are sentient. Besides, can you blame the guy? That Lady Gremlin had it going on. That is a joke. Is Gizmo sanctioned? What do you mean by sanctioned? Yeah, a bad movie that I actually did enjoy. Like I said, an Alan Smithy film, Burn Hollywood Burn. So Gremlins are sanctioned. What? I said what? Sentient. Sentient. As in, like, intelligent, self aware. Anyway, that Burn Hollywood Burn, it's a mockumentary starring Eric Idle. My accent. It's a mockumentary about a director named Alan Smithy, which used to be a pseudonym used by directors who didn't want their names attached to a movie they made. Like, if the movie turned out really bad, usually due to studio meddling, uh, and the director didn't want their name attached to it, one of the names that might be used for that would be Alan Smithy. There's other names, I don't remember them. But this mockumentary is about a director who's actually named Alan Smithy. And he wants to make a movie. Like this big action movie. And it turns out terrible. But considering he already has that name, he can't just like not attach his name to it. So instead, he steals the film negatives. One thing that is interesting, at one point he declares the film worse than Showgirls, which is funny to me because in the years since then, Showgirls has had a genuine critical reevaluation. like a heavy critical evaluation. Showgirls is a masterpiece. A lot of people think so. Like a lot of people have come around to that opinion. Yeah, that it's like genuinely like a really smart, well-made satire on society and shit. You weren't a fan? You always knew? I never watched it, so. Yeah. I kind of enjoyed Burn Hollywood Burn, but it was absolutely panned. Nobody thought that movie was good. Every critic was like, "This is just shit." Anywho, well, that conversation died. Will I read again? I know. I really need. I really want to get back to reading. It's just hard finding the motivation. Yeah, I've got these Lore Olympus that I really should read and review. I've got a bunch of digital books that I should read and review. But it's just so hard to get motivated. reading to here on live. I mean, that only happens on Saturdays. Is there Saturday dinner? Not this time. Not this past Saturday. Because I was late getting back. I hadn't done my groceries. Because my brother's birthday dinner. Get the Max comics. I honestly would love to get the complete Max series. But the only Max comics that Barnes and Noble has are Batman and the Max. Many times he said what? Ah. New topic. Oh, it is time. Yes. I totally forgot. Yes, Tylenol time. Yay! Anyway, anyone got a topic? Anything that anyone wants to talk about? Three lidocaine patches on. I look like a mummy. I mean, I feel like you'd need more than the 3 patches to look like a mummy, but you ever know something? No, I haven't. Hi, Jay. the top part of you does. I mean, even so, 3 patches is not a lot. That is like, there's a lot of body to cover, you know? Top back. I'm just saying, you know, mummies have full coverage. You're in pain, what you see? Well, fair enough. Pain does suck. I'm pretty sure Uncle Buck just has chronic pain. You know, this is Long Lost Brothers. I mean, that seems dubious to me. How the algorithm wants out of the spin algorithm again. Friggin' algorithms. Throw a pot roast, potatoes, carrots, and onion in the slow cook earlier. Nice. That sounds real good. Man, that sounds friggin' amazing. I just didn't cut it last night, basement. Nachos are pretty good, though. Doritos and salsa. Meh. Well, you do need coffee or cheese. You do need cheese on them. You do need cheese on nachos as well. Is it even nachos without cheese? Like, I'm pretty sure the cheese is necessary for nachos. Purple sweet potatoes. They're delicious. Cheese Doritos. And I feel like that doesn't really count, though. Here's why the root they can work. I suppose. Keep Miranda's to peel taters and fried chicken. I stay out of the kitchen when other people are in it. When other people are doing the kitchen, I just are doing cooking. I just stay out of the way. You know what I just noticed about my watch? It's got like 1 through 12, and then beneath or like beside 13 to 24. It's like next to the 1 is a 13, next to the 2 is a 14. Next to 4 is 16, 15, 17, 6, 18, 7, 19, so on. like for the 24-hour thing. So like, so you can tell the 24-hour time, which isn't actually all that difficult to do anyway. That it? No, it's just. I genuinely hadn't noticed it. Hey, Canadian girl. Yeah, it's got the military time on there as like an added thing. Four months I've had this watch, and I literally never noticed that. Why do they call it military time? Because it's common in the military. Healthcare uses that time as well. Yeah, military uses it, and military gets a lot of attention. Gets all the focus. Saw something earlier. The Knicks, I guess, are in the NBA playoffs. I think the finals. I think they might be in the finals. So in order to allow people to, in order to, promote that, Mayor Zoran Mondani repealed bedtime for kids. He issued an executive order repealing bedtime so kids could stay up and watch the Knicks in the finals. It is. It's adorable. Like it's one of those things where like Mondani is genuinely just like such a human dude. Do you like the little foodie on your necklace? Maybe. Something we'd have to talk about. But yeah, like he is just so incredibly human. He's impossible not to like. And like on the one hand, politicians can never be trusted. On the other hand, Mondani's just so damn likable. Like it's still vital that people like, you know, keep pressure on him to make sure that he follows through on shit. But man, it's a breath of fresh ass air. He is, and it's like just how much you pay for rent. Something I prefer not to discuss. Brooks question. Did I miss Brooks' question? Oh, that one. The food. It's like he's so good, and nobody really seems to know how to handle him. Shit, you're right. It is. I need to grab my card and I'll need to grab my card after this so I can log into my bank account. Thank you for the reminder because I absolutely would have forgotten. Because I am an idiot. I'm for president. Do you want? Yeah. I don't want to say politics requires dishonesty, but it requires a little bit of massaging the truth at the very least. This isn't ready for a woman president. Just be a bunch of happy fat women. Yeah, for that it feels like, hey, I totally vote for a woman for president, but not her. Basically, any woman that runs for president, like any woman that runs for president, is going to run into the issue of people saying, hey, I'd vote for a woman for president, but not her. Yeah. They'd vote for a woman, but never any of the women that actually run. I just don't like Hillary. I just don't like Kamala. I just don't like AOC. I just don't like Elizabeth Warren. I just don't like this woman. I just don't like that woman. One thing that's interesting, a weird trend, in just about every U.S. presidential election, the taller candidate has won. So if the Democrats want to win, they need to run an NBA player, NBA star. They need to find an NBA star and run them as the presidential candidate. Guaranteed victory. Find the tallest man in the country and be like, this is our candidate. This is our guy. That's why Ross Perot, everyone. Yep. Hey, Lady Di. There have been exceptions. Jimmy Carter did beat Gerald Ford in 1976, but you know, Ford was elected. No, but he was running against like in 1976 he was the president and he was running against like he was in 1976 he did run in a campaign against Jimmy Carter. 1976 presidential election was between Ford and Carter. And Carter was a little bit shorter, but he did still win. So yeah, there have been occasional exceptions, but in general, in most cases, the taller candidates have defeated their shorter candidates. So Democrats need to run an NBA star. That's what I'm saying. And I need to go to the washroom. And yeah, still working from home. I'll be back in a minute. Just gotta go pee. I'm back. Ron James. So speaking of that, US 250th anniversary. Man, they could not keep people on that America 250 concert. Right now they've got Vanilla Ice. Ooh. And one of the guys from Milli Vanilli. One of them's dead. They've got the surviving member of Milli Vanilli. The surviving like lip syncing member from Milli Vanilli. Like that's who they've still got for that concert. Vanilla Ice and one of the two lip syncing guys from Milli Vanilli. Probably Lee Greenwood. It was a weird badge. It was a weird badge they had anyway. Like, I'll be honest, like Martina McBride, sure, fair enough. Flo Rida, yeah, I guess, okay. CNC Music Factory? I'm sorry, what? Bret Michaels? Getting pretty up there in age. And when was the last time Bret Michaels was particularly relevant? The Commodores? Fucking Milli Vanilli in the first place? Bringing on Milli fucking Vanilli in the first place? Not even the real Milli Vanilli. The fucking lip syncing guy. Not the actual singers. They're not bringing in the actual singers for Milli Vanilli. No, they're bringing in the dude who did the lip syncing. Like, why? Why? Why would you go with that choice? These are the best artists you could get? Like, legitimately, these are the biggest stars you could get? Vanilla fucking Ice is the best you could fucking manage? Dude. A one-hit wonder whose hit was literally just lifted from fucking Queen and Bowie? Like, his biggest hit was just lifted from fucking Under Pressure. And that's the biggest fucking star you could get? Jesus fucking Christ, what a shitty ass lineup it looked like in the first place. Milli fucking Vanilli. Goddamn CNC Music Factory. Like, yes, Everybody Dance Now is a banger track, but it was a banger track 35 fucking years ago. Yeah. He's getting the biggest, yeah, he's like going for the biggest stars of like 80s and 90s. Like, dude, come on. Just Vanilli. Like the Commodores. They were really only successful when Lionel Richie was part of it. Like, yeah, I guess, you know, classic band, sure, I guess, or classic act, sure, I guess. I don't know what you're gonna be there. I doubt it. I wouldn't expect him to be there. The Commodores as a whole dropped out, so. And I doubt why, like, even if they had appeared, I doubt Lionel Richie would have been a part of the lineup. He hasn't been a part of the lineup in a long time. Hey, Gabrielle. But here's the thing. So, Ottawa Blues Fest. Ottawa Blues Fest this year. Cody Johnson, who admittedly I don't really know if he is a big star or not. Limp Bizkit, Cypress Hill, Hardy, I don't actually know who that is. The Lumineers, pretty solid, like, mid-tier band. Couldn't Gray, not sure who that is. Natasha Bedingfield. Lord Huron, again, fairly solid mid-tier band. Sheryl Crow, Death from Above, 1979. Gwen Stefani, Shaggy, The Guess Who, and a whole lot of other bands that I'm not familiar with. Sounds like our Hammond Fest lineup. But, like, this is Ottawa. Yes, it's the capital. Yes, it's Canada's capital. But this is, like, just Blues Fest annual event held in Ottawa. not a huge city. It's not. It is just a regular event, a regular annual event. It's not fucking, this great American fair. Your cousin was in the guest suit. Nice. This great American fair thing. It's celebrating 250th anniversary of the United States. It's a big fucking deal. It should have some huge stars attached. But it's Ottawa Blues Fest that's getting Gwen fucking Stefani. And the Guess Who. And Sheryl Crow. Younger or well-known stars. So I feel like the ideal lineup would be a mix of old and young, old and new. I feel like the ideal mix, like the ideal, list for something like this Great American Fair thing would be some older classic acts, and some hot young acts. You do a blend of those. History. You get some people who were big in 60s and 70s. Some big in the 80s, some big in the 90s, thousands, tens, and today. You go back like 60 years. You get people who've been, acts going back 60 years. You get, different decades. People don't want to celebrate Trump because they're making about himself, which is the issue. Yeah, that's why people keep dropping out. In fact, that's why so many of them dropped out. They were pitched it as a celebration of the United States, of the U.S. They were pitched as a celebration of the U.S. We come together, have a big celebration of the country and its history. But Trump makes everything about himself. He's a narcissist. Everything has to be about him. So everybody dropped out because they realized, fuck, this is just him. This is just all about him. And I suspect that's part of why they went with the acts they went with, is because they figured that those acts would either cool on the game needs to sing celebration. I suspect they figured that those acts would either agree with Trump, that they'd either be Trump supporters, or that they would just be so happy to be get any sort of platform, any sort of spotlight, any chance to perform on a big stage, that they'd overlook the politics. Because that's why they didn't go with a bunch of country stars. They could have gone with a bunch of artists who are Trump supporters. But they didn't. And now at this point, with all those people dropping out, Trump is basically saying, I'm just going to turn it into a rally. I'm just going to turn it into a rally for myself. Just what he probably always wanted, which is what he probably wanted in the first place. He wanted either the acceptance and celebration of liberal Hollywood types, and if he can't have that, he'll just make make it all about himself. Wouldn't other presidents be there? I have no idea. I think the only other living Republican president is W. Bush. And he seems to have just stepped away from politics entirely. The other living presidents are all Democrats, and none of them much like Donald. Yeah. Yeah, from what I understand, again, just from what I understand here, this America 250, can you stay alive till? Hey, Vanilla. Nah. This America 250, initially, there had been like an independent board uh, assigned to sort of plan it out and everything. But then Trump created sort of his own board, answering to him, that Michelle would run instead of Kamala. Do you think she would have won? Hard to say. Maybe. If Biden had dropped out like a year earlier and allowed for an actual fucking Democratic primary to take place, and Michelle had won the primary, then maybe. Then she might have been able to beat Donald. But I don't know that Michelle even I don't think Michelle actually wants to be president. I don't think Michelle actually wants to be involved in politics. And he's having a mini strict rings debate. I can believe it. I mean, he's old. The fact that Joe Biden did not announce after the 2022 midterms that he would not be seeking re-election is a damning indictment of him. Like, of his character, of the type of person he is. Like, there's a lot of shit Biden said and did that I strongly disagreed with. But after the 2022 midterms, after those were done, he should have said, I will not be seeking re-election. My personal endorsement goes to Kamala Harris, but it'll be up to the voters to decide who will run in 2024. But he got egotistical. He let his ego get the better of him. His vanity. And it cost the Democrats. Joe Biden's an asshole. That said, the Harris campaign did not do itself any favors at any fucking point. They made a lot of unforced errors themselves. You know, they picked a good vice presidential candidate because Walz came out of the gate swinging at Republicans. These guys are weird. What a weird bunch of people the Republicans are. And that immediately clicked with voters because, yes, the Republicans are really fucking weird. But then they were like, well, he wasn't capable. That's the point. He was not capable. And it was clear that he was not capable. It was clear well in advance that he was not capable of winning in 2024. Yeah. Walz came out, called the Republicans weird, and then has like a week or two of that, all those very clever strategists, all those very smart people were like, no, you got to stop that. You have to stop saying that. And the Harris campaign never recovered its momentum. And then they brought out the fucking Cheneys. They brought out the fucking Cheneys. Jesus fucking Christ. We have the endorsement of Dick Cheney. Hurrah! Yes, Democrats, please boast about the fact that a fucking war criminal supports you. That's surely a winning strategy. Boasting about how you're supported by a guy who everyone on the left hates and 90% of people on the right hate. That nobody likes. Is he even alive? He might be dead. He might be dead now if there's any justice in the world. If there's any justice at all, he might be dead now, but frankly, if there had been any justice, he would have died a long ass time ago. He did die back in November. He died just this past November. About 84 years too late. Because he was 84 years old when he died. Anyway, I'm going to get going. See you all tomorrow. Good night for now.